All right, guys. So Chris, I think, you all know in his first year, he sold over a year and a half. He sold over 150 jobs with power. He doesn't come from sales. He doesn't come from solar. He's been doing this a year and a half. He's a marketing guru expert. He builds his team and then he helps mentor those people. And he has tools and systems and spreadsheets in place. You can't talk to him. You have to follow 2 or 3 steps first. So I'm excited that he's going to share his resources, some tools, and then close us out with maybe some 10, 15 minutes of his recruiting magic, what he goes over when he recruits. So let me let you share your screen, Chris, and go ahead and take it away.
Cool. Hello, everyone. How you guys doing? I sound just like my brother, so don't confuse which one's which. But as Bobby Smith says, I'm the better looking one.
That's right.
So let me go ahead and share my screen here. Yeah, and as John mentioned, guys, I'm probably the #1 recruiter in all of Power this year, especially. And I've just been developing systems and doing marketing and all of that. And it's really forced me, last year, I think I talked to 600 people individually. And then this year I'm like, why don't I do group Zooms? So I was doing group Zooms and doing presentations. And then I thought, why don't I just record that? So I've just been developing a lot of systems. And, I have over 100 people directly under me now on my team. You can imagine how many messages and texts I get per day, people asking me questions. So I used to respond to people on text, and I have all these bookmarks saved. I'll even show you guys here. Let me share my screen. So I have this folder on my Google, and you can see all these bookmarks I have saved. So I used to help my team, and if they had a question, they'd text me, I'd respond, I'd find the bookmark, I'd text it to them. And Power has been getting a lot better at having their help, their knowledge base, answer a lot of questions. But what I did for my team and what's available for all of you guys, I don't mind sharing everything with everyone and helping everyone at Power. So I'm going to put the link for this in the chat. Definitely bookmark this. If you're on Chrome, you just click the little star icon on the top right. So this is one of the resources I have for my team or for anyone at Power, guys. And I've got some tabs here. So basically, if anyone has a question, right, this is sort of the order of operations, if you will, if anyone has a question. So #1, you can check this Excel document. #2, you can search knowledge base. 90% of your questions, guys, are going to be answered in knowledge base. That is really your best resource. Power University has a lot of other trainings. You can ask pre-sales chat if it's a pre-sales related question. If you've used a mentor before, like Trey uses me, and he always hits me up with questions, you can ask a mentor that you have used before. If you're in one of our team chats, here's my brother's team chat. We have a Power Hitters Facebook group. You can always ask it in there as well. And this is the order, guys. You don't want to just jump to texting a mentor, jump to posting in Facebook, right? You want to do your due diligence, take your time and actually research a little bit, take 5-10 minutes, search some of these resources, see if you can find the answer in there. And then if you still can't find the answer after all that, check with your leadership. For my direct recruits, I have office hours. So that's kind of the order of operations if you guys have any questions.
So real quick, Chris, I know we have a list of mentors and we have a link there. And of course, Tom and Rick and team, they have a list of mentors, and even Power Pair can recommend the best mentor. So check with your leadership always on what mentor your team and your leadership recommends. And tell us about that office hour real quick, Chris. So as a leader with growing a little team, you actually have is it a 1-hour office hour every week, or what is that?
Yeah. So that's just for my direct recruits that are under me that can use my office hour. And, once they've checked all these resources, if they still can't find the answer and they need to actually, get on a call with me, then any of my direct recruits are able. So I offer that as a resource to my team.
Got it. Thanks.
Yeah. And as my brother mentioned, if there's any sold projects, the order of operations, he just mentioned that, what to follow. So in this Excel document, guys, there's a lot of tabs, as you can see on the bottom, if anyone's not familiar with Google Sheets. I've got links to each of the tabs there. So this is sort of the directory of this Excel document. I'm more about functionality than style. Like I could probably pay someone to make a fancy website with all this stuff, but I'm more about function. So here's all the links to the tabs in this document. I've got, and I'll just go through them real quick. So if you guys are new to Power, right? I've recruited over 100 people just this year alone. And this is what I send them when they join. This is what I send them in an email. So when you guys have anyone interested in solar, you know, this is what I tell my new recruits. We're just here to do two things. As soon as you get someone interested in solar, number one, get a copy of their utility bill. Number two, schedule them on a mentor's calendar. You want to do both of those at the same time. Don't wait. Do both of those at the same time. And then I've got some initial steps. Of course, step one is finishing your tier one onboarding. I've got a couple of my favorite training videos by JC Rangel, by my brother that I've listed here. Of course, you want to join a Power on training. Got some initial videos. You want to join the weekly trainings, which I've got the dates and times there. And I've also got a Google Calendar. People can add our team's Google Calendar. And then a couple of my favorite training videos, my brother's How to Build a Referral-Based Business, JC Rangel's 8-point system. And I just added this one by JC Rangel. He just did yesterday, his team building. As you guys know, JC Rangel is also one of the largest recruiters in Power. There's his training he did yesterday. If anyone missed that, really great. I love his trainings, man. They're fire. He has all the slogans. You know, yesterday he said, I have an MBA, a massive bank account. I just love everything he says. And he says, do you guys want a D2D until you're DEAD? No, you want to build a team. You want to build your passive income. So love JC Rangel and his trainings. Business card, join our team chat group, join our Facebook group. So that's the email, guys, I send to all my new recruits. If any of you are building a team and any of you want to send your people this, feel free, have at it. Tom Cotter also has some great steps that he sends his team here. He also in here has the Power business plan, KPIs, and some other things, and his Solar Warrior Tribe groups and resources there as well. So you can check his out as well.
I think JC even has a website portal that his team can log into.
Yeah.
And that walks you through some stuff as well.
I'll have to list that on here. And this, you know, I'm continually adding resources and things to this, guys. So under training videos, again, we have the weekly live trainings. You got my brother's YouTube and JC Rangel's YouTube. Definitely subscribe, like those videos, guys. The Google Calendar. Don't forget powercalendar.com, of course. Got some training videos on how to enter a lead, how to edit the solo proposal, how to close a deal, how to do adders. If you have a new homeowner, how to size a system. And then starting out, right? Once you join Power, some fast start training, how to contact your warm market, launch training, how to make your list and call them, how to on Redfin download a list of homeowners that bought their home in the last year and go door knock them next week. Some social media training, JC's own mentors training, and then that team building one JC did yesterday. And there's many more on my brother and JC's YouTubes, guys, but these are my favorite that I recommend for people. Objection handling, right? When people join Power initially, you want to not only have some knowledge of solar and the benefits, but you want to be able to answer some common objections so you can talk to people about solar. And then we go into some more solar related videos, fast start training, solar crash course, 8 stages of solar, roof training, tax credit. Again, as my brother mentioned, he has lots of recordings where my brother presents to homeowners. So you can see how he presents to homeowners, what the questions they ask are, how he handles those. Those are linked right there. And then the slide deck presentation right there. My own personal slide deck that I have is right there as well. Power Guys has their own slide deck. It's actually pretty new. I haven't gone through it yet. I need to check that out. They updated it recently. So I also have my own slide deck listed there as well. And then I have some other things down here. for Tesla, if anyone mentions Tesla, here's a video that I have about how to sell against Tesla and 3 website links that just show how bad their reviews are and everything. If anyone missed the convention in Dallas, there's tons of videos from the Dallas convention you can check out with some of the partners of Power and their resources. Some enterprise resources here, and I've got a tab just for enterprise there as well. My brother always loves BNI. That's how he got, I think, what, John, 7 sales your first year, 13 sales your second year? Something like that.
Yeah, 13 sales in 1 year just from BNI networking group.
Yeah, BNI Chamber of Commerce, guys, highly, highly, highly recommend joining both of your local chapters for those. And then I've got some resources here, guys. So we've got the homeowner presentation. Power, again, has their own slide deck that they're continually updating. Here's my personal slide deck I use. And for any of these Google resources, guys, just a reminder, if you're ever on a doc and you want to be able to edit it or make it your own, click File, click Make a Copy. Do not request share access from me, or you'll be on my back.
Please stop requesting share access. Oh, please just make a copy.
And then here's Power's coverage map. Of course, some of these resources are in help. There's the coverage map. Business Center is, of course, in the marketing center in your Power back office. I really love this income estimator by Tom Cotter. Tom Cotter, guys, is amazing. His resources and Excel sheets are freaking amazing. And I'm a big fan of Excel sheets. So him and I just coordinate on all this. This thing is so cool. You can put in how much income you want to make, what the average commission is per sale, how many days per week you want to work. These are some averages, closing ratios, and it shows you want to make 100K next year, guys. You need to sell 15 projects, which means you need to talk to about 1 homeowner every day, 4 days a week. You need to collect about 77 utility bills from that. You need to do 62 presentations from that. And on average, most people's close ratio is 25%. So you sell 15 deals next year, guys, you'll make 100K. Love that Excel sheet. There's Power approved. Oh gosh, my Zoom went way too big there. Let me zoom out. Okay, there's Power approved utilities. These are all in the help center as well. Excluded utilities. Another document Tom Cotter and I strategize on is the solar panel menu, guys. This has the different panels available, the spec sheets, the annual degradation. So that's linked in here as well. If an MPU is required, another Tom Cotter special here. This will help you determine if you need an MPU for any of your jobs. Real simple. Depending on the main breaker, it tells you what's allowable. If you guys haven't got paid on your M1 and M2 on a job, make sure to check these 2 documents. It tells you what is needed for getting your M1 and M2 commissions, how to do a change order. That's a little more advanced. Requesting a roofing proposal, do the roofing certification in Power, guys, if you ever have a roof job. My brother's marketing resources that he linked to before, the link for that is right there. For financing, these top 3 are also Tom Cotter's lovely documents that I love so much. There is updated dealer fees, guys. Tom literally spent 5 hours updating this the other day, so we all have an easily accessible view of the dealer fees and what's available. Quick note on that, guys, since all the dealer fees went up for Mosaic, Sunlight is really one of the cheaper ones for dealer fees. And my go-to, a lot of my brother and I's mentors go-to right now is the Mosaic 20 or 25 year, 6.5%. There's basically no dealer fee on that, guys. And, it's a great price. You're going to show the customer something $10,000 less. And, even if you switch to like a Sunlight 20-year, 1.99, 2.99, they're only going to save a couple bucks a month. So a lot of our mentors right now, guys, go to financing on anything. Mosaic 20 or 25 years, 6.5%. So this document anyways has the dealer fees. It's got some finance limits. What are the limitations? It's got some FICO score guidance. What the FICO score should be is relative to the solar dollar amount of the total project. And I think we're putting some contacts in there right now as well. And then, of course, check Power. Mosaic's got a portal. If you're a tier 2 or mentor Mosaic, you can log in and check some of your Mosaic projects or resend docs if you need to. If you have a roofer that wants to join, or you're a pro that knows Sonova really well, you can request Sonova access. So those are some resources. Let's chat about recruiting real quick, guys. So I'm the #1 recruiter in Power, not to toot my own horn, but here's some of my own personal resources, guys, that you can use, the same freaking resources that I use that you can use yourself to recruit. So just a little quick pro tip for you guys. You know, you can use all my resources, videos, anything. Feel free to send anyone to any videos you like, JC's, mine, whoever. But a little pro tip for you. If you're trying to recruit someone, get their email address. Go to your seller join page. Click join now. Go ahead and put in their email address and click go. What that's going to do, guys, is that's going to send them an email to register. And now this new interface is so slick. They can actually access the back office and watch videos and different things from JBud and different videos for recruiting. So, you know, go ahead. If you have anyone interested, send them the email. Go to your seller join page. Go ahead and send them the email preemptively. #1, that's going to give them access to the back office and videos. And #2, guys, that's going to assign them to your account. So just a little pro tip for you there. But here's all the resources. This is what I send anyone interested in Power. And the key, guys, to recruiting, you know, it's just like selling solar, right? Or anything in sales. It's leads, 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 right? That gets into a little more of my secret sauce and what I do with my online marketing background and all that to get leads. But once you have anyone interested in Power or in sales, you know, and anyone you guys know that are in sales, any solar pros you guys know, any realtors, roofers, HVAC contractors, electricians, loan officers, any salesmen or women you guys know selling water, alarms, pest, insurance, auto, cell phones, you know, all of these people, guys, are joining Power. This is why Power had over 1,000 new sales reps join last month alone. That's why we're the fastest growing solar company in the nation. There's something for everyone. If you just want to be a $1,000 ambassador, if you want to join and give your deals to a pro and let them do all the work for you and get half the commission, or after 3 deals you want to sell on your own, or after 5 you can become a mentor and build a team. There's literally something for everyone. Literally every single person my brother and I talk to, we can pitch Power in some way. If they have a home, we can sell them solar. If they don't have a home, they can be an ambassador. If they're in sales, if they want to make a side income, literally every single person you talk to, you can promote Power in some way. So if anyone's interested in joining Power, there's the 15-minute video my brother told you guys before. He's got a URL redirect, solarmodelexplained.com. It's just a YouTube video. And I think he's going to film a new one of those pretty soon. Of course, there's freaking ads on YouTube videos. Gotta love it. But there's his 15-minute video. And then I recently, guys, so, you know, last year I talked to 600 people individually. And then I thought, why don't I do group Zoom? So I was doing group Zooms this year and doing a presentation. And then I thought, well, why don't I just record that presentation? That way, when I jump on Zoom with people, I can just get to know them better and talk to them about strategy and how much money they want to make. So I recorded this, guys. It's probably one of my best recruiting videos I've ever done. And you guys are more than welcome to use this yourselves. Send this to anyone you know, and if people contact me, if they mention anyone else's names, you guys can have at it. I do not need to, have someone if they've already been working with you. And that's also why I told you guys, put their email in. That's going to tie them to your account. So feel free to send them anyone's videos. Even if they reach out to me or JC, we love to build the company. We don't need to try to take a rep or this or that. If they're under you, if they mention your name, if you've already worked with them, fantastic. Use my resources as much as you want. So check out this training video, guys. I go into how I've sold over 100 deals per year, all virtually in my first year. I've now done over 150 deals in the last year and a half. I talk about my background. I show you a proposal example. I answer common questions. When I recruit, guys, these are the most common questions I've gotten. So I include that. I answer all the questions. I show my own slide deck that I use, how I present to homeowners. I go over a proposal example and show the costs and all of that. Talk about the commission, the rev share, steps to success, everything like that. And it was recent, so it does have the new 85 a month. So feel free to leverage this video, guys. This is literally what I text people. I text this little thing right here probably to 5 people every day. So I send that to people. My brother and I did a bigger 1-hour Zoom a month or 2 ago. So there's that resource as well. You can always send anyone to the Monday Night Power Hour. And then those common questions, guys, I linked directly to my YouTube video where I answer those. So common questions. Do you provide leads? Here, watch 2 minutes here. What about the payout? When do I get paid? What equipment do you do? Who does the install? Okay, watch this 2 minutes here. I answer all that. What's your red line? Okay, here, watch this. I'll literally show you every cost of good that no other solar company will ever show you. Check it out. If they say they're not interested, cool. Here's what to say. If they ask, why do I have to pay for power or whatever? Here's what to say. I say I'm a broker. If they're a solar pro, say, awesome. How would you like $1.80 red line cost of goods with the highest commissions? Watch 2 minutes here. If they ask, do you do commercial, power? So I've got all the resources. Guys, this is literally what I text people and send people and how I'm the top recruiter in power. But just like selling solar, guys, the key is leads. The key is, letting more people know about power or about solar. That's the key to anything in sales, right, guys? So, connect with any sales reps on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Solar Pro groups, message people. Of course, you want to let anyone know about power, especially if they're in sales, if they're in a business or industry dealing with homeowners. So that's a little summary of my recruiting resources, guys. Feel free to use any of them. Here's some contacts and email addresses that you can use for just general power support for any power consultants. And my brother already kind of mentioned the customer contacts. That's that tab. Enterprise resources is in help. Always check that first. There's a video overview on my brother's YouTube. There's a slide deck. That's also on the help page. There's a video. If you have enterprises that join, there's a video that goes over and trains them on how to use the settings. There's an enterprise training my brother did as well. And for enterprise members, there's a special support email. Batteries, guys, I just listed this tab today and started listing some of my resources for batteries for Enphase and Solar Edge. And of course, there's the energy estimators. So if someone's like, what can I back up? These companies have their own estimators. You can plug in the homeowner's home info and, estimate what battery will cover how much and for how long. Michael Patterson, guys, is the smartest person I've ever met about batteries. He has lots of trainings. He's one of our top Florida mentors and very resourceful, lots of trainings about batteries that he has. So check him out. For anyone new to power that's never sold a deal, when you sell your first deal, here's a tab called Project Timeline. It's just a rough timeline for every stage, how long to expect, what's going to happen, and if it doesn't in that certain time frame, who to contact. So just to kind of I think I updated this recently. Starting to put some ambassador information here. There's some ambassador videos that ambassadors can use to let anyone know that they'll get $1,000 if they let anyone know about solar. And then lastly here, guys, on this master resource doc, my brother and I are very into health and biohacking and being in an optimal flow state. A lot of our reps, and you guys probably know at the Dallas convention and at the home builds we go down in Mexico and do, we incorporate breathwork. Breathwork is probably one of the most powerful things my brother and I have incorporated into our lives in the last several years to help us get into a flow state, a peak state, to get that good energy, that good vibration going. So the same people that we partner with to do the impact journeys, guys, that do the breath work and that's Prosperity Homes, who does the home builds in Mexico. Giving Business Soul is our good friend Francisco, who has that company, and he does a free breath work every Monday, guys. Check it out. Every Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. How many of you want to start your week in an optimal flow state with a good, healthy vibration and gratitude and feeling great? Go to flowmondays.com, guys. There's a sign up on the, yes, Kat says the breathwork's amazing. Yeah, I know Kat's on there quite a bit. Go to flowmondays.com, guys. if you're on there at Monday at 9 a.m., you can click join. But if you want to get a reminder to join, fill that in there. And yeah, Prosperity Homes, we're going to have our impact journey next month. This is the organization. If anyone wants to donate to them, John, maybe you can put in our specific team link for donating to them. And we'll keep building this out with more resources for my brother and I's, not only healthy habits, but philanthropic resources as well that my brother and I are very into. So yeah, John, and everyone on the call, this is just an overview of this resource doc that I have to help my team, and any of you guys in power are more than welcome to use this, leverage this, use my resources. I will put this in the chat again.
Wow. I don't know about y'all, but my mind is freaking blown right now. And I've seen this before and I know all this stuff. So if you don't mind typing into the chat, thank you, Chris, or thanks for sharing, or, you know, I know this was a ton of information. I know this covered a lot of things. All of our minds are blown. He's freaking been in sales and solar for a year and a half, and you can just tell how insanely smart he is. Seriously, this document is insane, right? I mean, I'm not the only one that thinks this. I mean, Jesus, the stuff that's in this document, it's 100x level that any of us are playing at. It's clear as day why he's kicking so much major ass and even understands all this stuff. It's insane. Like, honestly, hats off to Chris. And the fact that he's sharing this and developing systems for other people. Who's making their own document? Who's making their own training, like JC and Tom and my brother? You know, who's doing a women leadership training? Who's the next person out there to do a weekly training, to go out on their own, to record their own video? So, man, this document, guys, save it, research it, go over it on your teams, go over it page by page, watch a video in the car, at the gym, in the morning. If you're taking this business seriously and you're going to kick ass for the next 10 years, this is your roadmap right there. And please, like Chris said, review all the resources, knowledge base, go through it, and then, you know, reach out, follow the steps. So thank you so much, Chris. I'm going to just stop this recording. We're going to hang out here for maybe another 10 minutes, do some Q&A session with you and with the team. Any questions at all? But yeah, thank you so much, Chris, for sharing. This video will be put on YouTube, and we'll also include the link to that document on the recording as well.